Hello Collective, my name's Danielle, back with another reading from the Alchemy of Awakening. I've done all the regular things, I don't want to keep wasting the time by saying I've done this, I've done that. Every reading I will always cleanse the cards, cleanse myself, cleanse my third eye, my crown chakra, the area I'm reading in, and I place protection on both myself and the collective, the listener. Okay? So, I have pulled a set of cards. Oops. This deck is doesn't actually say a name of the deck on the box, it just says tarot cards. Anyway, these do have the meanings on, so I'm going to read the original readings to you on the actual card, and then we'll do the intuitive. Okay, so first of all we have Judgment. So Judgment is one of the major arcana cards in the tarot deck. It's often numbered as XX or sometimes assigned the number 20, depending on the specific tarot tradition. The Judgment card carries profound symbolism, meaning reflecting themes of self-reflection, transformation, and spiritual awakening. Okay. In upright, which it is, it can mean judgment, rebirth, inner calling, abortion, imagery, and a higher calling. Okay. And we've got the element of air. I pulled 5 cards for the traditional tarot. Normally I only do 5, but one flew out on the floor, so I thought, yeah, we'll take it. Across the 5 cards, we've got elements of air and earth. So at this present moment, no air, earth, and 1 fire. Okay, so no water at the moment. So the second card is the 6 of Wands. Okay. Now the tarot card, 6 of Wands, what am I on about? Sorry Collective, I don't know where my head's at today, I'm so tired. It's the 6 of Swords. Is one of the minor arcana cards in the tarot deck. It is often depicted with a picture of a boat or a raft being steered across calm waters, usually with a figure or figures on board. The interpretation of this card can vary depending on the specific tarot deck and the reader's intuition, but there are some common themes associated with the 6 of Swords. In the upright position, which it did come out in the upright position, is transition, change, rite of passage, releasing baggage, and transitioning grief. Okay. So your first card as well, is a no card. Your second card is a no card. Your third card is a yes card. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is a tarot card that represents themes related to generosity, charity, and the give and take nature of resources and wealth. This card often portrays an individual in a position of authority or wealth, distributing coins or pentacles to 2 others who are in need. The imagery typically highlights a balance between giving and receiving, as well as the idea of sharing one's abundance with others. In an upright position, which it is, it's giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, and financial matters. I don't usually do traditional tarot reads. I use the traditional tarot deck. Many different tarot decks, but also I more so go off intuition, okay, and spirit guidance, not the traditional meanings, but due to them having writing on them, I thought I'll read them to you, because why not? So yeah, your third one, your first card is fire, second is air, third is earth. The fourth card is the Hermit. The Hermit is a major arcana card in the tarot deck that often depicts a figure holding a lantern and standing alone on a mountain. This card symbolises introspection, solitude, inner guidance, and seeking a deeper understanding. Here's an interpretation of the Hermit card. Upright, it means solitude, soul-searching, introspection, seeking wisdom, inner guidance. And this is the element of earth. Okay. The 5th card, that's a yes card, by the way, guys. The 5th card is the Fool. The Fool is numbered 0, the number of the unlimited potential, and so does not have a specific place in the sequence of the tarot cards. The Fool can be placed either at the beginning of the major arcana or at the end of the major arcana, and is often considered the Fool's journey through life as such. He is ever present and therefore needs no number. In the upright position, it's new beginnings, free-spirited, and delirium. And this is element of air, and it's a yes card. Okay, so I'm just going to turn them over. I've had quite a busy few days, to be honest, collective. So, back to number 1, spend quite a bit of money, which I'm not happy about, because I like saving. I'm not really a spender, I'm a saver. I tend to buy everything I need. Well, we need as a family, and just a little bit of what the girls want. But this week, it's been quite an expensive week. I think it's because I'm on annual leave, and I'm just trying to get as many things sorted as I can. So I bought my one daughter's had a new bed, like one of those storage bed type things, but she said she didn't want the one where the bed lifts up. She wanted the ones like the cute modernised looking one, so I got her one of those. Then my eldest daughter wanted a new wardrobe set, so we did that. She's got a wardrobe, a chest of drawers, and 2 bedside cabinets coming. Ordered that. And what else have I done? Yes, we're having a massive clear out in the house. I really want to de-junk my home. Well, our home. I really just want to get rid of all the things, like I've got black bags in storage full of teddies that my children had when they was like little girls, like under 10, and they're 24 and 21 now. So I want to get rid. We're going to give some to charity, and what can't go to charity, we're just going to get rid of. I've ordered a big massive skip that's getting delivered on Monday. So it's been quite a lot of running around, phone calls, ordering, spending, just to try and get everything in place. And it's been, I won't say stressful, but when you just worry about things, like you worry if things are going to come on time, if things are going to pan out the way you expect them to. So anyway, and I'm going away tomorrow, well today. It's like 6:15 in the morning, so I'll be going away with my partner tonight. When he's finished work, we're going away for a few days. I think we're going to Wales. He tells me things and I forget. It's just because I've got that much going on. Anyway. So it's been a busy, expensive week. Yeah, so the reading is, it is kind of giving spiritual awakening, kind of like a goddess. You might have some barriers up, or you might have built a bit of a wall around yourself. It's not because of things that you've experienced in the past or you've gone through, at the hands of others. Or you might have just experienced a lot of disappointments. You've got a lot of hands, it seems, like if you're a generous person, you've got a lot of hands being held in front of you. And you are a bit like the light of the community. And I think that's been noticed within your community. And some people might have looked at you like, because people always mistake kindness, thoughtfulness, generosity as, well, the wrong people mistake it for weakness or gullibility, vulnerability, but that's not always the case. It very well could be, but I don't think that that's the case. I think you're probably a bit of an undercover smart bunny, the type of person that sits on information rather than shares it. That's what I'm feeling. You might have a child, but you don't have to have a child. You might have. I've just heard sister begging, so there could be a sister in this situation. As I said, you've got a lot of hands coming in front of you, expecting or thinking that you should help them. The spiritual awakening might be you realising that, not every hand is deserving of help. You might work really hard at creating the life that you got for yourself, and I'm getting that it's an abundant life with finances, so material wealth and money. You might at times have been a little bit too much to others and left yourself not so much down and out, but you've left yourself feeling like you might have given too much at times. And although these people do look up to you, there's a sense of them like feeling that you're a bit weak, and because they identify your good traits and your giving nature as weak, they think that they can exploit it a little bit, and that's okay. But I do feel that with this spiritual awakening that you've had, you're balancing your own scales, and you're not prepared to be this fool anymore. I think you've had enough. You're now, I think, in the energy of looking at these people kind of like laughing in a way. A bit like, oh, you thought I was a clown, you thought I was this, that and the other, but joke's on you. You've kind of like checkmate everyone, and you've closed your resources off. I feel like you're on your spiritual journey, and you might be on your own with this. You might have to be your own light. When they say like, oh, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, you've literally got to light up your own tunnel and walk through. I just heard walk through darkness to find the light. So you've got to guide. You're guiding yourself with this situation. The sister energy. There's a sister energy, like a female energy. It doesn't have to be a sister, but there's a female energy that not only comes to you for a lot of help and aid, whether that be financial advice, whatever, but she brings people with her or recommends you to others to receive help. And someone's been witnessing this. Someone's been witnessing this, and they want it to stop. They want all this abuse of kindness to stop. Yeah, I feel like you're holding your bank card, laughing, and you're shutting down the giving for a while to focus on yourself and what you've got going for yourself. Let's get some more cards. Right. We will do a couple. We're already on 15 minutes already. I try and do these quick readings collective and it never ends up being quick. Right, let's get a couple of clarifying cards from the clarifying love situations. Right, Spirit, let's get maybe one or two cards. That flew out. Right, we have seeds of potential. Plant the seed of potential and nurture its sprouting promise with care and intentions. So this is basically saying that you have something, right? Whether that be a creative idea, a business opportunity, or maybe 2 seconds, sorry, collective. I've got some shamanic balancing music on, and it was just a little bit too loud. It was throwing me right off. So yeah, you've got something in the pipeline of potential, right? You might not have planted the seed yet, but it's asking you to plant that seed because it has massive potential, and nurture it. Nurture it with care and intention. So yeah, it's basically calling you to focus, thrive and believe. So embrace growth and trust in promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. So I think this might have something to do with your spiritual awakening. You might be looking on how you can use your if you're gifted, you might be looking at how you can use your gift to serve others and help others, whether it be on their spiritual path or just offering guidance, or you might have a healing technique or something in mind, and you want to bring that forth to the collective, to people that need it. But I would definitely recommend that you progress forward with whatever this seed of opportunity is. If it's an opportunity outside of spirituality, even then so, I would still focus on that. Oh. Okay, so we've got embrace the frost of stillness, wherein the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. So yeah, that's calling you to embrace stillness, basically. And when we tap into stillness, when we shut everything down, we shut our mind down, we focus on our breathing, we stay still, we don't think things, we don't do things. When you get into that state of peace, you start getting so many different ideas, and also you get messages, or you'll get like something will like clarify itself out for you. So say for instance I'm going to explain it in a really easy foolproof way to understand, not because anyone's a fool, but just because I don't want to confuse anyone. So imagine you're thinking of ABC, right? And you want to find the next letter, yeah? But you keep thinking and mulling over this situation of what this next letter will be, but it's just not coming to you, okay? Then you go into stillness, you shut down your mind, you don't think, you don't do anything, you just remain peaceful, calm and present in that present moment, right? Within minutes, you're going to get that fourth letter drop into you. You'll just be sitting there and you'll just go, oh my god, it's D. It's D, it's the letter D. That's how stillness works for us. It's super beneficial, okay? And it's also calling you to stop and reflect, pause in your journey to appreciate how far you've come and where you are headed. So, I think this is in relation to your first card and your sixth card. So, and by that I mean, pause and reflect. You know, it's not calling you to reflect on your behaviour or reflect on how you treat others and things that you say to people. It's not that kind of reflection. This reflection is calling you to reflect so that you can see yourself, okay? So you can see yourself from a situation you was in previously, prior or in the past, to where you are right this moment, okay? And most times when you're on a journey, it's different to a soul that's lost and in chaos, okay? But a person that's like on a path, they 9 times out of 10 are guided in some respect or some aspect. So therefore, because you're following guidance or you're following a certain path, when you elevate further up into that path and you look back and reflect on the past, you're always in a better situation than you was previously based on your conscious choices, okay? So it's asking you to reflect on where you was and where you are now, and then reflect on when we put in this work of sowing our seeds and trusting what we can, I want to say manifest, but I don't feel like it is manifesting, right? But it's also work, dedicated work, of not giving up, staying focused, knowing where you want to go, knowing that to get from stone A to stone B, you've got to jump. But to jump, you've got to make sure that the space between the two stones is sufficient for you to handle, okay? So we do things with precision and care, okay? Right, we are on 2244. Right, let's see if you've got any shadow work to do, or if anyone around you has some shadow work to do. This is the shadow work deck. Right, collective. Does the listener have any shadow work? Okay, so we got one. We have people pleaser, approval seeking, self-abandonment, and smiling mask. Okay, so this is either you or someone around you, and collective, I think it's you, my love. Don't be a people pleaser, okay? Because to be a people pleaser, you're robbing yourself, okay, of your own presence, your own purpose, your own creativity. When you're so focused on doing what everybody else wants you to do, and you're so focused on sticking to everybody else's rules, you end up robbing yourself of your own joy, your own life, your own experiences, your own abundance, your own gifts. Like, everything comes into question. Everything sits on the edge of a cliff when we live for the sake of others, okay? Don't seek approval of anybody else, okay? You might be, I do think that this is you, collective, but it could be the sister, okay? Or just a feminine energy around you. We've got this person, okay, in the background, right? They're wearing a mask. They present themselves with a mask. Now, I'm getting that this potentially could be you, but you're not wearing a mask because you're fake. You're wearing a mask because you feel like a bit of a fool. You feel like people have taken advantage, and even though you knew, you didn't do anything about it. Okay? You didn't do anything about it because you felt like your hands were tied. You felt kind of stuck a little bit. And that's not to beat on anyone. I used to be a people pleaser. I got fed up real quick. Yeah, I do feel that this is you because we've got these little light orbs in the background. And this is your light that you embody. But you've dimmed your own light to please others. You've humbled yourself. You know, you've put out your own spark and your own shine. And acted a fool to let other fools take centre stage. Right, collective, let's get one more. I'm not going to do too many shadow work cards. Oh, there we go. Got another flyer. Oh, bestie. Right, okay. So, this one is never enough. Chronic striving, self-doubt, and fear of failure. Fear of failure. Okay? You are guided for a start. Let me just tell you this, right? And I'm going to point out in a minute. You are definitely guided by spirit. You're on a path to elevation, okay? And you are guided. Look, when you focus on this path of elevation and you do all the work that you need to, and you do all the focusing, you do all the stillness and whatnot, you are going to reach your cup of abundance, and that cup is glowing, okay? This might even be as well, you might be given a spiritual gift. You might activate a spiritual gift. Now, along the way, you are going to lose a few things that are not really meaningful. They might be meaningful to you at this moment, at this present moment, but in the future, you're going to look and think, wow, what was I worried about losing that for? It was just junk, okay? Also, you have a fear of failure. And the fear of failure is also why you've got this dagger, okay? You've also got the dagger because you fear being taken advantage of again, okay? You are guided, okay? These people are standing there with their hand out, guiding the way. Fear of failure and self-doubt. When we sit in the energy of self-doubt and the fear of failing, you're telling yourself and the universe that you don't feel good enough, okay? So, maybe work on, you could play some affirmation videos on YouTube, you know, and if you've not got time to do it whilst you're doing your daily thing, your daily flex in life, you could do it at night time, which, to be honest, when you're asleep, it's better to do those affirmation videos when you're asleep because your subconscious sucks it in as well, okay, and retains it. So just listen to some affirmation videos, you know, I am enough, I will become successful, I deserve abundance, I deserve success, all those type of things, right? Make sure that you're listening to it for maybe 5 to 10 minutes before you actually fall into sleep. And then once you fall to sleep, you'll play it through the night whilst you're asleep, and you're still going to benefit massively from your subconscious sucking it up, because your subconscious kind of runs your nervous system, okay? It's the boss of your nervous system, and you can reprogram your nervous system and you can reprogram your subconscious. Right, I'm not going to get any more on the shadow work. let's do. Yes, we'll do these ones. We will do these. So I'm going to do Discover the Light Within. Right. Spirit, can we get one or two cards? There's one, thank you. For the collective. Oh, it's going to have to be three because they've chucked us three. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we have. Oh, bestie. See, I knew this was spiritual. I knew. Spiritual badass. Right, we have balance. Okay. Fairness and clarity are key in this moment. Decisions made with integrity will lead to harmony. Be mindful of the energy you put into the world. It will return to you. Trust in the justice of the universal laws to restore equilibrium. Sorry. So, balance is just what it says it is, okay? But I don't think that this is in referring to just balancing you. This is also going to be balancing your life, balancing your spiritual path, you know. It's not calling for you. It's not saying, like when it says, be mindful of the energy you put into the world, it will return to you. It's not saying it in a context of you're an a-hole and you need to do better. It's not that at all. It really is. When we was talking about, where's it gone? Being a people pleaser, chronic striving, self and doubt, fear of failure, approval seeking, self-abandonment, smiling mask. That's saying to be mindful that those there are energies. That is energy, okay? And it's just asking you to be mindful, because if you stay in this energy, that is what the universe will deliver back to you, okay? So that's all that's saying. You are going to balance, and you've still got that dagger, but you've not used it, okay? So that tells me that you have patience, you know? You're gonna balance out your own life. See? And she has a very calm, serene facial expression. She's not worried. She's not scared. She's not in doubt, you know? She's okay. She's found guidance. The guidance guides her or him. This could be for he, could be for a she. Then the next one we have is collaboration. Okay. So, and again, we've got the stars. You're definitely guided. Collaboration, teamwork, and shared efforts are bringing your vision to life. Each person's contribution matters. By working together, you'll achieve success greater than what you could accomplish alone. So this could be a collaboration that's coming in the future, and it's going to be with people on the same page as you. You'll all have the same destination to go to. You've all got the same ethics, moral ethics, work ethics, you know, striving for goodness, striving for success. And there's two archways here, okay? And for me, that's the archway of protection. So on your path, you will be protected. No harm can come unless you physically, with your free will, put yourself in intended harm's way. But you are protected, okay? With this collaboration, you potentially could be the leader, okay? You might be the strongest lace in the shoe, because these two are reading from scripts or books or guidance. You don't have a guidebook because you rely on source. You rely on the divine. You trust the divine. You trust the guidance that you receive that doesn't come from a book. Then we have Majesty. Right. You lead with intellectual strength, fairness, integrity. Your decisions inspire trust and align with justice. Yes. So, you aligning with justice, okay, is also you bringing in your own balance. Right? You're bringing in your own balance. You here, in this card, you've stuck your dagger in the floor. Okay? This is telling me that you're getting more confidence. You're trusting more in your path. You're trusting more in your gifts. You're trusting more in yourself. And you're going to start trusting, I should say, the new connections that you're going to make in the future. Okay? Maybe it's for this collaboration. Your decisions and the way you carry yourself, it inspires and trusts. Okay? And you're very locked in to this pathway. Okay? You might have at times you might have some negative thoughts, but you can lock them where they need to be. They don't need to be at the forefront of your head. You can lock them to the back of the head and not let that control your path or your success. You're very adamant. You're adamant in knowing what you want. And I feel once you've worked on these two little shadow things that came up, I think you will strive forward and do very, very well, exceptionally well. So with this as well, like with the arches and for me that's sign of protection. In the end, you don't need an arch. You become your own protector. And then your negative thoughts, they're no longer holding you back, if that makes sense, because you've chained them up. You've chained them up on the wall. It's not even like you've put them in a closet or a bag to deal with later. So you've dealt with them, and they're locked, never to be aired again. Okay. We are on 38:20 collective. I'm gonna stop right there because I have too many things to do to be letting these readings get to over an hour like I usually do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Again, don't make things fit. And if this is you and you've had a spiritual awakening or you've discovered some gifts recently, drop it in the comments if you like. You can like, comment, subscribe, or just pop in and say hello, okay? Don't be scared to communicate. I will communicate back. Okay? Have a fantastic day. I love you all lots, and we will catch up soon. Bye bye.